Islam, family. All right, so maybe if I act like the videos froze, they'll skip my video. Give me a second, family. So, family, we're gonna try the tactic. I'm gonna act like the video froze, so maybe Facebook won't freeze the video. So, give me a second, family. So, I'm not gonna try to add the sister in. I'm gonna see if she can send me an invite. So, Nita, send me an invite so I can add you back in, because every time I try to click the button to add you in, the whole video cuts out. So, I'm gonna need you to send me a request on your end. So we're gonna wait for the Empress to send me the request so we could try to finish this interview. Man, family, this has been one of the most interrupted videos I've ever seen. You know, like we've been going live, you know, from each other's pages, trying to, you know, conclude this interview. And let's see if we can get it done. So I'm gonna wait for the Empress Nita Reed from Germany. You know, Islam to the Empress and all the family in Germany tuning in. That's been tuning in to catch the interview and just, you know, the discussion with the family, you know, on both sides of the world, you know, so we can just get clarity and start talking about you percent, and we can get ready. Let's get ready. Yeah, I'm trying to add you back in right now, Islam.
Okay, it's working now.
Islam Empress. It was always working. It was always working because they was working. Let's continue to the next question. Let's see if the ancestors can overpower the rest of this interview.
The Facebook to the donor break.
Awesome. Okay. Now, you want me to go back to the last question that I had?
Yes. Or did we conclude that one? Could we go to the next one? If not, I'll add some more.
It wasn't concluded.
I mean, the problem is I wasn't able to hear you clearly, you know. Every time you tried to explain something, it didn't work.
All right. Well, go to the last one. Let's do it.
Okay. The question that I had was, why haven't we heard of the Moors in school or in history classes or somewhere else, you know?
Yeah, right. And we were talking about the connection of how 1492, that date where, you know, Columbus and everyone else, they're on these expeditions and they're talking about this new world.
Yeah.
But what the people that ran the old world? So now that word, the Moors, is tied to the people that ran the old world, that now, you know, are now slaves in the new world. So who were they in the old world? Do you see the connection? And 1492 was the year that the Moors fell, or they lost their stronghold over the world, the empire. And 1492, all these other nations started to slice up portions of the land and started to rename the people of the land.
Okay, so it started back then that they renamed the people.
It started before that, but I'm saying 1492 is when, because they were warring, you know, with us. Remember, 1400s, all this stuff was still going on, you see, and we still had the stronghold, you know, always to 1492. We're talking about the fall of Granada. We're talking about, these places are in Florida. Do you see how they changed? Where I'm talking about changing the name, it's all happened in America, and they got people looking everywhere else. But if you don't know the names of the people, you never look here.
Yep.
So this is why, you know, they would never talk about it in school. But in the wearing, you know, the clothes and the royal headdress up, but
It's messing up again. I couldn't hear the last part.
yeah, they see every time it's this question, Empress. This question has them nervous. Look, why you don't hear about the Moors on Facebook? You see, look, because they're doing this. Yeah.
You know what we would really have to do? is we would have to go on Messenger and you know, when you talk via the video chat, and then somehow have a program or software that can record the screen. I tried to download a lot of programs, but it never really worked, you know, like that you can record what's happening on the screen, and then we would have to share that video because when we go live, they don't want us to go live. I mean, it
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe if we got, do Ustream or YouTube, we'll work this out because like conversations like this is what's going to push the culture. All the other stuff, like, not to say that a lot of this trivial stuff isn't entertaining or interesting, but it's like we're out of time with all of the useless stuff. Like, we really gotta, if everyone else has their own historical story and we don't have ours, we're always going to be at disadvantage. We're always going to be still trying to explain ourselves to someone. That's
Yep.
why we feel excited when we're the first janitor, the first security guard, the first black mayor, the first black president, anything than the slave. But you think that's your inception of your history.
They're
You're
always
already at a
messing up.
disconnect. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next question.
Okay. Oh yeah. How would you explain your origin on the 2020 census records?
Interesting. So the 2020 census records it's a reason why I bring that up to everyone, because all of the people that assume to be from a place they never heard of, Africa America, can't point it out on a map, they're now going to ask everyone calling themselves a color, black or white, if you think it's a color, but it's legal status. But now they're going to ask you what's your country of origin on this 2020 census. And what you're going to find out, that many of the so-called white people, they don't know what country they're from either.
Yeah. Mhm.
When they reveal this, they're going to find out that their family were white slaves coming from these countries. It's all in this book.
Mhm.
And all of this is going to be on the table. As a matter of fact, because I deal with facts over feelings. I don't care what you believe. The truth doesn't care what you believe. I want to know what you know. I want to know what you can prove. So I'm going to prove something from the Census Bureau, and they're taking a poll. They're going to ask white people, you know your country's origin? But they're also going to ask black people, you from Africa, come on down. Let's play Wheel of Fortune. 52 nations for $50 million. You can tell me the nation Africa you're from. You will win the game. And many of our people will lose.
Yeah, it's messing up again,
Yeah.
man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really sorry. It's messing up again.
All right. How about now?
What did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This
Now.
next stop. Can you hear me? Yeah. They didn't like what I just said. That hurt. That hurt the agents. That hurt right. That was the truth.
It's messing up again. I don't
So,
know. It's crazy.
right. Give it a second, because I can hear you clearly. See, so this is being deliberate. They got a static button. This is deliberate. I'm going to try to play this all. Oh, all right. Maybe they won't even let me. But on this 2020 census record, they're giving an interview before the census, and they're asking a bunch of people. They say one white guy, he got so disgruntled, white legal. He says, don't make me specify what kind of white. I never heard of that. So now many of them, their country of origin, these people that were in Jamaica and they got islands, many of these people came from Ireland. They came from the Netherlands. You understand what I'm saying? All of these nations were enslaved.
I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to, but I cannot hear you. It's like every second word.
Yeah, they gotta
All right. Can you hear me now? Ask me the question again. Maybe they'll think they already bleeped it out. Ask me the question again. Let's reset.
Okay. How would you
We got to
explain
try
your
our own.
origin on the 2020 census records?
Yeah. So all of the people here that think they're from, Africa, they're gonna, be upset with the fact when they can't explain which nation in Africa that they originate from, because it's 52 nations. That's when we're gonna be scratching our heads, and this is gonna be the mobs of people that's gonna be in the streets, the unruly, the stateless persons. So if you're from a place where you can't prove you're from, you're considered stateless. Now, the definition of a stateless person, you don't belong to any nation on the planet.
Okay.
Now, that's the dilemma people find themselves in. Our people that call themselves a color, what they think is a color.
Okay. I think I understood that. You want to go a little bit deep into this?
I'm gonna. It's gonna make.
It's very, very bad. I cannot what you are saying.
Okay. How about? Can you hear me now?
A little
It's a little
bit.
clearer. All right. So, okay, on this 2020 census, now all of these people that came from Europe and other places, that in 1870, the Naturalization Act, where they all became so-called free white persons, 1870. Before that, they were being bought and sold here.
Okay.
So now they're going to renege on that, and they're going to say, hey, everyone claiming to be white, you got to tell us the country you're really from. The truth has to come out. And they're going to do this with us as well.
Yeah.
Because we think we're color also. But when you can't prove it in law, now they have to do something with you. So they can't deport these people because you go to Africa, you're a tourist. They know you're an American when you come. They know you're not from there. You see, and you're like, I'm coming home. This is what happened to Malcolm X. When they gave him the truth when he got. And do you know Malcolm X's name when he came back home?
No.
What he changed his name to? El Haj Malik El Shabbat. El, one of the tribes of the Moors.
Okay, I couldn't hear the whole name because
El Haj Malik El Shabbat.
okay, now I heard it. Yo, somebody said that he clicked on this video and there's a video playing over video in the background.
Wow. That's new. That's a new option. They must have just added that. That's wow. Yeah, distractions at all-time high. So, why I mentioned this record, it's because, the truth is going to be told to us, but it's going to slap us in the face, and we're not prepared as a people to hear it.
Yeah.
And everyone distracted from this conversation.
Yeah, they really trying hard. I mean, they putting work in. I mean, how many times have we tried now to do this live?
20.
Did you count? Because I didn't. It's too many times.
20 sometimes.
You remember, right? When before the interview, we mentioned, we were just gonna do like an hour interview. We done did like 7 parts, and it's been hours, and yeah, they're overtime. Yep.
Yeah.
Because the ancestors require us to do the work. So, those that, are doing their job, they're not going to take a moment off from this, because they can do this with the news media, but nobody watches the news. So now they got to do this with your social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they can't stop this because, you know, the people tuning in, you know, whatever portion that they got a chance to hear, they're going to start having these conversations. And that's all we're here to do. I'm not trying to be a leader. I'm not trying to say I'm a scholar. I know more than the world. I'm just trying to pose conversations of truth
Yeah.
with the family. Because we're not talking about the, you know, the stuff that matters to us, that matters to our babies, because it's going to matter to them when they got to fill our shoes. It's going to matter to them. We're not
Definitely.
preparing them. You know,
Definitely.
we're not.
That's why it's also on
So
us to get the truth out, because I mean, I don't know about your parents, but my parents didn't know the truth. You know.
there you go. See, I'll give you an interesting story, right? My father passed away, you know, a little over a year, right? And months before my father passed, now my father had 20 children, right? And I'm the youngest son. So now it was 3 months before my father passed when I'm teaching my father about our history. My father was in tears. It was like he heard some truth the first time ever hearing it, but he's hearing it from his son. And it was like, it really, like, wow, like I've been missing that my whole life. And 3 months later, he passed. But like I got to see my father cry, not of something of pain, but of like, wow, you just gave me something that maybe his whole life he
Yeah, and
just a piece of the.
it's good that he listened, because some elders, they don't want to listen to the youth. They don't want to hear nothing.
Right.
They are so old school, and they are so some of them are very hard-headed, that they be like,
Yeah.
nah, man, I don't want to hear it. But he was open to hear you out. You know, that's great.
Yeah, because when you live long enough to get tired of hearing the lie, eventually you want to be told the truth.
Hmm.
You know, and some of us, you know, it's too late for us to hear it. You know, we at the end of our rope, but some of us, we right on time.
Yep.
And this time we in now, we right on time.
Hmm.
No fear. You have to have no fear and walking in our truth and being you know, brave enough to tell the story of these people, because these people are real. So when I'm really talking about the slave story and I'm saying that my ancestors weren't no slaves, I can prove it. But the people aren't ready to hear that version of the story because they never heard it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
So
try
I
to
don't know.
move.
Maybe you yeah.
Oh,
Let's move on. Maybe some extra questions or Q&A. You know, whatever you want to do from this point. You know, because we, you know, the ancestors. It was a lengthy one, but we kind of, you know, got through some of the questions. So you know,
yeah.
for what it's worth.
I'm gonna ask you this: did Christopher Columbus discover America?
There we go. So now, if we were already here, can't discover something that, you know, and he never even actually went to America. See, far as what you're calling, you know,
Okay, now
North
it's really
America.
going crazy.
Yeah. See, you start talking about this guy. Start talking about this guy, Columbus. Columbus's quest to find Jerusalem. See, he came to America to find Jerusalem. America.
Okay.
So the Jerusalem in the Bible, he comes to America to find Jerusalem. The story gets interesting there. So in this book, they're looking for the gold that's here in America. They're looking for this so-called fountain of youth here in America. And Jerusalem is located in a city in Peru called Cusco. It's in South America.
Called
See, all
what?
of the stories, Cusco, it's in a city in Peru. It's called Cusco. Cusco is the name of the city in Peru.
Okay.
That was the original location of Jerusalem, where Columbus came. And they have excerpts from his diary in this book. I want the family to pick this up. So when I'm building on why I'm telling you he didn't discover nothing and who funded his expedition here and what he was coming to get, and he died before he even got to North America. He went to the Canary. Yep, he went to the Canary Islands. His son actually went inland. He died.
He didn't even make it.
Nope, didn't even make it. You
But
see,
why
so
why
if
do
you
they say that he discovered America? Why do they say that? Why is it so important to them to claim
so
that he did?
if right, so if he discovered something, then they would take his account of who the people he saw when he came here, and he described these copper colored people, bronze colored. The If you put a penny to your skin and my skin, we would match this copper tone, opposed to these pale faced people on these reservations today that you call Indians.
Yeah.
Do you see how the story falls apart? Falls apart.
That's a joke
And
anyway. Like
if you look up,
every time I see videos of these fake Native Americans that are really just pale with total straight hair, and they say we need to fight and we are natives and this and that. I'm like, every time it's the same with white Egyptians. I just can look at it. Sometimes I don't know if I should laugh or if I should be mad. It's like, are you serious? You got straight ass hair. You are pale, and then you say you are indigenous to this land. Are you serious? Like they are not even ashamed. They don't feel nothing that is wrong what they are saying.
okay, have you, because look, they want your history because you're not talking about it and you're not claiming it. Have you ever heard the term $5 Indian?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this term $5 Indian, it gets its inception. These are the people you're speaking of. These were the tribes that you could pay a $5 premium, and you could be a Choctaw, and you can be a Blackfoot, and you could kind of
What?
orchestrate your way to one of these nations, and you could be the people. So they called us American Indian. Then later, these tribes became Native Americans. Two different terms.
That is crazy, y'all.
But every
That's crazy. Then you
Did you
have
hear that
even
part?
then you even have some natives, like some black people that know that they are actually native, but then they also see these fake Indians or Native Americans as one of their people.
All right. So now, have you heard of the skeleton they found? Lucy, right? You heard of that, right? The oldest skeleton they found.
Yep.
You heard of Lucy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what if I told you there was an older skeleton, even older than her, found here in America?
Yeah, I believe that definitely. I mean, they're not gonna tell you everything that they know and everything that they have found.
So I did the research for the family. So in the Smithsonian Institute, they have a skeleton. Her name is Naya. You know any Caucasian or Indians named Naya? They named the skeleton Naya. It's ironic. Everything's spiritual. So her name is Naya. This is the oldest American skeleton they found, right? And they said it resembles that of the Negro
Hmm.
woman. It doesn't resemble the mixed Mongolian and Korean so-called Native Americans of today. They're Mongolian and like Asians, these
I have a
so-called ones on the
question.
reservation.
I have a
Yeah,
question because you bring that up. Because when I look at these pictures and they say that these white people are Native Americans, I always think they look Asian, man. They look Asian. I mean, some of the eyes too. Like I have people in my family and people done told me I got chinky eyes, but these white people, they look like a mixture out of Asian and Mexican. And I was trying to
there
find
you go.
out how come that, and I was American thing, but I couldn't think. Yeah. Aber
As we
das nervt. Weil man hört dich dann auch im
so if I showed you a picture of an Indian
I
that looked
cannot
like
hear
that,
you and I cannot see you. Your picture froze.
these are the American Indians. These are the pictures they want to show you. These people don't look white to you.
Nope.
Look at the so-called swastika down here.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
These symbols belong to Empress. They no.
I can't hear you.
The same people, but all these people assume identity. American.
Jamaine, I cannot hear you.
Take a look at this one.
Okay. Yeah.
They look Asian to you?
Mhm. Now they really messing with it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I start showing those pictures and it got scary. It's got scary when I start. I'm gonna leave. I'm
I cannot hear you again.
It got scary when I pictures. You can do some hey. You want
I'm
to do
trying to
Q&A?
understand you, but I can't. You say you want to start the
They
Q.
breaking me up. They breaking me up. Yeah, yeah. Throughout. No. Soon as I'm doing the Q&A throughout the video. Wow. If I can get her back in. Yeah, family. It's a lot of family tuning in. Do you see when we
Really start pushing the narrative and the conversation, we plant the right seeds with the family. And then they can get their clean glass and, you know what I'm saying, they can water that tree of knowledge. But, let's give it a minute. Let's, maybe they took a break, they got coffee and donuts, and I'm going to try to sneak her back in. Shh, don't tell nobody. I'm going to try to sneak her back in, family. They going overtime today. They going overtime. It's Islam to the family tuning in, and, as
Islam, man.
Okay.
Well,
Let me see. Can you say something so I can check if I can hear you?
you can hear me, right?
Now I can hear you, but the
No. Yeah. You can hear me?
I don't know what to say. Like I cannot hear you right. I cannot understand what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I can hear you clear. That's the crazy now. I can hear you clear, but now you can't hear me. Yeah, they going back and forth. All right. Let's go into Q&A. Maybe see we got some questions down there, or you can hear me, yeah?
I just heard the last part. I think you said if people have questions, they can place it in the comment section and then you're gonna go ahead and answer their questions. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would say we do the second part with the other questions that I had another time.
Yeah,
We're gonna try our luck.
all right, let's go.
If y'all have questions, place them in the comment section and he will go ahead and answer your questions, and then we're gonna end this interview afterwards. And then we're gonna do a second part on another day. We will let you know when, but Facebook is
To
going crazy
family
today.
tuning in from Germany, I appreciate the support, and this sister's doing phenomenal work. It needs to be more speaking up, but those that are, we need to honor them. We need to honor them.
Yeah, I mean, I started this platform actually, Nita's Universe, to empower our people to spread knowledge and truth. I mean, I don't know everything, but I can get people together that know about different topics. So it's sad that Facebook is doing this. It's really sad.
Yeah, yeah. So you see, when we want unity, we're unstoppable as a people, and that's what fear. When we just get out of everyone else's conversation and start having our own conversation.
Ich habe nicht alles verstanden.
He said we need to start her out.
The picture froze, the whole screen froze.
All right. All right. Cool. I can.
Can you repeat that, please?
I hear you. Can you hear my audio?
Nah. I know that you asked me if I can hear you, but I didn't even hear the whole question.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. We got
It's
any
crazy.
other
I have to
questions?
do it another time.
Try to go to some of your other questions. Maybe we can
I
get
had
out.
a couple.
Go ahead.
Well, we could try to, but it's messing up like on my end too. I can barely hear you. I would say what we do is we reschedule this. I don't know if you have time tomorrow, but we can reschedule this for another day because I feel like this is not going to work. Every time we like again, even in between, I keep hearing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we could do that. We'll just we'll touch bases, and I'll messenger you, and we'll work out a time. We can, if we can get it scheduled tomorrow. Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then we just go over the other questions. And yeah, it's very unfortunate because I was really excited,
Yeah. Likewise.
but we went through some topics. It's okay. I mean, we went at least through something, and people could gather some of the pieces that they could hear.
Yeah. Yeah. The
So,
ancestors. The ancestors are proud of what we accomplished today. So we definitely do a part two. It's not a problem.
okay. All right. Then I'm gonna say to everybody, thank you for tuning in. And we will let you definitely know when we'll be back. Yeah, I know, Eric. It sucks. It just sucks. Like I said earlier, if we was doing some dumb stuff on here or talking about some dumb stuff, that wouldn't be no interruption. It would have been so perfect, so clearly. But as soon as you talk about the truth and speak up against the system, they try to mess up the whole life. So
Yeah.
we will let you know at what time we're gonna do it tomorrow. And then, yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and especially to those people who kept tuning back in
Yeah.
whenever the live was messing up. Thank you very much to all who I highly appreciate that.
So before
And yeah, I would say
I
talk tomorrow.
want to pour up for my family in Germany. We have our thing. We pour up our 5 shots. You want to pour up with us?
5 shots.
All right. So our 5 shots, right? Our 5 principles, right? So now I'll need everybody to get a clean glass, right? So in order to give the truth to the people, you put the clean glass to the dirty glass and let the people decide. So we only drink out of clean glasses. So shots, shot of love, peace, freedom. That, that salute, your glass salute to you wherever you at. You got the juice now, and you definitely charged to be
Oh,
active.
okay.
Pour up with this. Islam to my family in Germany, and those 5 shots, the 5 principles that the Prophet gave us: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's our solutions, family. We're not dealing with love. We're not telling each other the truth. We can't have peace. We got no freedom, and we look around. We don't get no justice, and we just see justice on the ground in jail cells.
Yep.
We take back our power. This is the time we're living
Definitely.
in, and everything moves 20, and our vision has to be 2020. Our spiritual vision has to be 2020. Islam to the family.
We don't even have freedom of speech, man. That is sad.
Yeah. We control our own.
You froze up again.
When we can control our own platforms, that will have uninterrupted conversations, but they're showing what they're talking about. Islam to the family. Tune in, salute, get thanks to the family, peace of the night, and we back. Time for more.